Hi guys, welcome back to the Jack Watley Discus Hatchery. I'm Gabe Posada, here to remove a little bit of doubt. A lot of clients have been calling over the years and they always say to us, we go on the internet trying to find out information, Gabe, and we get more confused than anything. There's 50 opinions for every little thing we ask. And so we want to make it simple as possible, and we also want to remove all things that are wrong. If you follow the rules of thumb, simple rules, 1 discus for every 10 gallons of water. You got a 100-gallon tank, you put 10 discus in there. You can get away with doing 1 simple water change weekly, 20%. Now, this is 2 feedings a day, okay? You can have a couple of tetras, cardinal tetras, rummy tetras, some cories to help you out, but it's essential that when you do your water change, you siphon out your gravel really well. If you don't have gravel, if you have a bare bottom tank, then it makes it that much simpler to do it. If you've got a fully planted tank like the one behind me and you've got carpeting plants underneath, then lightly go over it to get up the excess fecal matter and excess food that's dropped in there, okay? This is what we consider a water change. Don't just take water out and put water in. Remember, water doesn't make water go bad, but all the stuff underneath does, okay? Just follow those simple rules. 84 to 86 water temperature, 2 feedings a day where they're gonna eat it within 5 minutes, okay? You abide by those rules, 120% water change. Now, we all know nobody's going to abide by those rules. So here's where we get a little bit hairy. Consider the fact that you and your spouse are together in the house and that toilet bowl flushes so many times a day. Now, all of a sudden, your sister-in-law comes over with her husband and the 3 nephews. Obviously, that toilet bowl is going to be flushing a lot more. So you have to take that into consideration. If you decide to break the rule of 1 discus for every 10 gallons and decide to go 2 discus for every 10 gallons, well, that should tell you that twice a week you're going to have to do a 20% water change. You can't wait an entire week, okay, to do your water change. You got to do a water change on Wednesday and you got to do another water change on Sunday. Otherwise, all that bacteria is going to build up in that tank and it's going to wipe out your fish. You can't overcrowd, okay? So you've got 2 ways of looking at it. You can hoard and bring in a lot of discus like we do and do more water changes, which then you become a slave to the rhythm, just like us. Or you can keep it simple and therefore 120% water change weekly. That's it. As far as feedings, very simple. You can do the beef heart if you want. You can do the pellet food if you want. You can do the live California blackworms. We don't recommend the bloodworms. Every single call that I get about hole in the head or white fecal matter, when I ask the question, what do you feed? It always comes back, bloodworms, okay? I haven't done analysis on it, but I've gotten too many calls on that same thing. And when people stop using them altogether, everything goes back to normal, okay? So unless you want to be buying metronidazole by the truckload, we suggest no bloodworms. Now, get them used to eating various things. Why various things? We went over this on the beef heart formula. Because if you ever run out of one thing, you want to make sure that they eat something else, okay? So give them a varied diet. Now, if you go with all blackworms, that's fine and dandy. Cleanest food you can get. They're going to grow like weeds, okay? But when there's a shortage of blackworms, you're going to be the first one committing harikari because your discus are not going to eat anything. So that's why we say vary the diet, okay? Once again, 82, 84, 86 water temperature, that's their realm. If you got plants, keep it at 82. If you don't have real plants or you don't have plants at all, 84 to 86. All right, this keeps them going. It keeps up their immune system, their metabolic rate accelerates, and we all know what happens to fat people when they go to the gym. They come back to the refrigerator and rate it. It's the same thing with the discus. They're going to have ravenous appetites at higher temperature. The lower you go, the less ravenous that appetite's going to be. So keep that in consideration. I think I've touched a couple of points for you that'll make your life very simple. Now, when you do your water changes, please, we beg you, make sure that you either age your water or dechlorinate it before you use it. I've seen too many wipeouts. You can get caught in what's called a burn, where the city decides to put more chlorine and chloramine in the systems, and as you're bringing in that water, all you're doing is sending a cloud of death throughout the tank. Please age your water 2-3 days prior. Just leave it in a holding tank. Very simple. A garbage pail with no wheels will hold 35 gallons of water. Just hold it in there, get a nice little submersible pump the water back into your tank, you're done. Okay? Make it simple, make it easy for you so you can enjoy it even more. And remember, 1 discus for every 10 gallons of water and you'll be perfect. Okay? If If you follow those rules, you're set. If you need more Discus than that, then buy bigger tanks. All right, guys, we hope this helps you out. Keep those questions coming, because that's what gives us the ideas of coming up with these videos for you. All right, we really appreciate the questions. We really appreciate the fact that you're calling, and yes, I do answer the phone when you call me. All right, take care, guys. Once again, thank you for coming to the Jack Watley Discus Hatchery, and I am Gabe Posada. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, and obviously we're on Facebook almost every day. So thank you very much for keeping the hobby alive with us.